Jeanette. This is like my second time doing this. I'm driving, as we can tell. And I've got the GPS on, so I don't know if you guys hear that. Or like if it cuts out when it's talking. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing a little bit too many turns. And I've got like a little stretch before it should speak again. 4 miles. So that's enough time to get a little bit of words in. I'm a little tired. Worked all week. Was up yesterday with car repairs. Picking up little person. Almost went in and hung out with the friends. So this year, one of my goals, like resolutions, is that I was going to do more stuff. So God has been granting me opportunities. People have been asking me to hang out. Like today, I'm going to hang out with a church friend at the end of the day. I'm going out now. And I love the idea of it, but I'm tired. You know, last month was all birthday celebrations. I've got one next week. And it's the theory of going out is nice, but I'm tired. So that's just a quick update. I need to do a song. I think I'm going to do 2 different videos because I feel like I want to talk a little bit. I woke up today and I did something I would like to do kind of going forward, but I'm afraid to say that because I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but I might. I didn't wake up and immediately pick up my phone. And I don't pick up my phone because I'm addicted to it or to doom scroll. I pick it up because more control, seems like a lot of work, and then after I turn off the TV. I do it so that I have something to kind of keep me awake, to engage in, because if I sit in the silence, it's so easy to fall back asleep. But I pushed today. I did drift in and out, but I kind of just prayed and just took in the silence and the thoughts that were coming. I had to wake up just a little early because of the time change. I don't have to get up as early to eat before fasting. Yesterday, I was truly contemplating this fasting thing that I'm doing. Not so much Ramadan. It's just a few more days. But the fact that I've been asked to go out to eat the past few days, and I gave up going out to eat. And I was like, well, God, I asked to go out. This is what people are inviting me to. And my daughter was like, well, maybe you should pray on it. Maybe he's saying this is not for you. And I was like, maybe. And I was thinking about this morning. When we make a sacrifice for anything, it doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be temptation. And part of me wants to look at it from the mental health perspective. Right, yesterday I was supposed to go out, but luckily I have a good friend who realized that I hadn't slept really all day. And going out, even to drive for 10 minutes, might be possible going, but coming back, that exhaustion can hit me and isn't worth the risk. Sometimes for your mental health, especially once you learn what works. There was a long time when I couldn't identify all my triggers. I couldn't identify what was causing my ailment. And I still don't know everything that does it, right? But I am aware at this point that lack of sleep really messes with my mood. And it's not always the most, I'm going to have a breakdown. But I can see the sadness come. I can see the cloudiness in my judgment and my clarity for thoughts. I to maintain it, and I had to say that. So someone's trying to take me on a date today. That's why I look a little cute. And I'm not showing the donking hair. Monday I might do donking hair. I just gotta wet it and play with it a little bit. I didn't feel like doing any of that. Natural hair is a lot of work. It is not less work than permed hair or relaxed hair. But I had to mention to this person because they're inviting me to two wonderful things today and Monday. And, you know, I work on Sunday night and I'm working Monday night. So the idea of going out in between that day, which, you know, I do for a little person sometimes, is an exhausting idea. It's a scary idea for me. I'm doing it. Little person's on spring break, and this is a really amazing opportunity to do something super fun. So we're doing that. But it's with the acknowledgement that I have to get some sleep hours in, or I'm not putting myself forward, because it doesn't just affect me for one day either. It takes a few days for me to recuperate and feel leveled emotionally. So it's a sacrifice, even though I have the intention for this year to go out more. I have to balance that with my mental health and the needs that my body has and my spirit and my emotions to be rested.
Go past this light, then, at the next one, turn left onto the I-4 East ramp to Orlando.
Guys, we did 4 miles already. I say that to say, I thought about giving up my fast. But I also thought, like, for Ramadan, I don't eat during the day. And I'm around people who eat. My daughter's not fasting. We're not Muslims, so. And she's also too young to really start fasting. I think it's 14 for Catholics, or 12 or 13. She's not 12 yet. So I'm not sure what the exact age is. I looked it up at the beginning of the fasting season. Or not kind of the beginning, but after we'd already decided to fast. Because Mom was like, I'm taking her childhood by letting her do it. But if she feels called to fast and she feels like she can't handle it and she's willing to be committed to it for God, I'm rocking with it. Oh, the sun is bright. I need this car not to hit me as behind me. He's telling you to slow down. Yay, he did. Actually, he switched lanes. So I was like, I'm okay with fasting for Ramadan, not eating. Going out and not eating, especially when my fast time is over, feels a little hard, especially if someone else is paying. Because it's just so nice when other people pay for your food. It tastes better. But I feel like I can do it. I can get a drink of water, maybe a soda, and just leave when I get home and still enjoy the company. Or do things that don't involve food. That's also something I've been trying to do. More outside things that aren't just food. I also woke up and did worship music today. And contemplated, like I have an hour and change drive, what I wanted to do on this drive. And I thought, I don't know how I feel about this person joining me today. They seem nice, really in the Word of God, which is nice. I don't know that we have, it's so funny because I am definitely Christian, and you know that I am mixed with my religion. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But Catholic, Mormon, Buddha is what I practice. And I go to religious choices, if you've been watching for a little bit, you know that it's a little kind of mucky. It's not a clear cookie cutter thing that's going on over here in my religion. And I wonder how that fits when you're dating someone who is clear on the path they want to walk. And it's not that I don't have clarity to some extent on what I'm doing. I go where my spirit leads me and where I feel called and where my spirit feels at peace. At the same time, I know that my walk isn't aligned with the Christian view, especially when I add the Yoruba into it. And then even, of course, being Christian, Mormon beliefs, Catholic beliefs, Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist, non-denominational, and he is no denomination. All of those have slightly different walks. How you dress, if you wear makeup, if you can drink, eating meat on Fridays, jewelry, wearing pants or a skirt, modest dressing. I do love that about the Mormon religion, that they even have a website, and there are some Jewish sites also that have modest clothes for kids, because it's hard to dress your children in a modest way if that's what you're looking for, because that is not what the world is doing right now. There's all these short shorts and tight pants and skirts, and it's hard. So that there's an outlet for that, not cheap. It's nice. Even, I don't know if you knew this, that when Jewish girls are swimming, because some Jewish girls, depending on what sect, like Hasidic, it's the only one I can think of right now, but there are different sects of it, don't wear pants. And so there are swim skirts so that they can be modest and not be in shorts. Because I'll put little person in some shorts for swimming. I like that better than that bikini cut. I don't like that. She's too young for that. And I feel better with her in some shorts. And I actually like when I swim to have like a little skirt, half skirt around me in front. It also makes my little tummy look cuter, so I like that. But yeah, they have all these different things. So even being Christian doesn't mean that we believe the same thing. One thing that we've talked about is the Godhead. Believing if there's one God or one God in a Trinity. It sounds confusing if you're saying three and one at the same time. But it's a belief. And so I wonder how it plays into this situation of trying to date and get married and have a family. I know many people have different cultures and get married, and different religions and get married. But the Bible does say, do not be unevenly yoked. And if you are, one can bring the other onto Christ. But it does make for an interesting situation. I started with praise and worship was the whole point of this. And that I decided that I wanted to listen to this book called Relationship Goals by Michael Todd. Because if I'm starting a relationship respectful, very kind.